And
Okay.
it's a DC Comics.
Yeah, I get it. Greg, you're muted.
Yeah, I always forget to do that. So, hello everybody. Well,
Hello, Greg. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the rest of the team to join.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Greg, I had created a group called Justice League in QA server.
Really, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I will send you the link by chat.
Yeah, Greg, I think you can just go to qa.ubsports.com.
Right.
Yes.
And you'll probably have to create a new account on that server.
I like that you picked Justice League. That's cool.
Because I was just reading through the updates on DC and I saw a lot of pics. So I thought it will be easy to use the same content and pics.
Curated content. It's interesting how the right sidebar moves when you get down to halfway.
Hey everyone.
Hello, Milan.
Hi, Melinda. How are you?
I'm good. Greg, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
I guess Ajish and Vinu, have you pinged them?
No, I think I just will join. Just a minute.
Can you just ping Ajish?
Yeah,
and,
I will ping. I will ping.
Are we all good with the new logo? It looks pretty good.
Yeah, actually, we have put the logos in website as well as the app. But do you have any specific color combination? Not color combination, the choice. I put the red and blue in the app. I'll show you. And in the website also, I guess he had used the red and blue combination. And in some places, like the tabs and all, we have used that circled one.
That's great. Yeah, I like that we can mix the badges up and have have the round thing, then the square thing, and then the long thing, and have those in different places. That's good.
Yeah.
Milan, shall we start with the web demo? By that time, I think Ajish and Jibin will join.
Yeah, okay. You can set up things. Let me just ping them and ask whether they are.
I have pinged them on Skype. I have pinged them. Okay, Greg, I will share my screen. Yeah, Jibin will join in a minute. He's just replied.
Oh, we lost everybody.
Hello, Greg. Can you see my screen?
I see your screen, yes.
Okay. So this is the landing page of the UB Sports. This page we are working on by probably by tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will be integrating this page. Right now we have integrated the UB Sports live page or the feed page, my world page. This is actually captured from the user activities. Okay, and let me go through every section. So the first one will be my profile. So the my blogs. So here you can create a new blog. So that you will have to upload a new pic. If you have an embed code, you can use that, and that is optional. So for the so this is how you create a post or a blog. Then it will appear in the my world also.
I like the way that picture is larger and you give the first couple lines there and then see more.
You want the pic to be auto cropped?
No, that was good. I like the way it was large and then it gets larger when you go here. Are you able to, when you're writing a blog, are you able to insert photos in different places among around the text or inside, you know?
You mean you want a rich text feature here, right? Something like you want to insert the photo within the content.
Yes.
That is possible. I think we had already discussed and moved that to the next phase.
I thought we did,
because,
yeah.
Because in the web it is pretty easy, but in the case of a mobile, we will have to find a appropriate text editor.
Yeah, that would be good.
That will be a cool feature if we can implement that. Okay. Then you can add the videos. Here you can create the embed codes. So for that, you will have to first create a playlist.
Is there any way, guys, that we can, instead of using embed codes, if we can use the URLs for the videos, or is that not possible?
Right now, we are using the embed codes.
Right. And that's, you know, I've been using that for the past couple of years. So that's not a problem for me, but it's just harder for people to understand to do that. And I'm just wondering if it's possible to take those URLs, but that's I have to leave it on you. That looks, this is from, oh, you got this on DC Comics. Okay.
Yeah, I got the content, everything from here. So it will be pretty easy because I will get a lot of content from here. So this is how it will work, the playlist.
Can we make that larger if I want to watch it? But is it just full screen I can go?
Uh, I think there will be an option to something like a pop out of the screen. I think we can do a bit of research on it, and we can come with a better way of presentation instead of going for a full screen.
Okay, because
I
when we're
think
watching
that is,
videos, what I'm planning on doing is when I'm watching a video, is to have the video maybe a third of the screen, maybe half the screen with room on the side and the bottom for suggested next videos. Like you have them down at the bottom there.
okay. So
If the video was larger, the main video that you're watching is larger, and then have a line of 5 or 6 videos on the bottom and maybe
yeah,
4 videos on the side, I think that's really the look that I'm looking for.
yes, I got it. Something like a related videos.
I
Like this,
like that. That's
instead of
exactly
coming
related
on the
video.
right side, it will be in the bottom.
That's good.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
both
got
on
it.
the side and the bottom are perfect. Because then we'll have, on the side, we can have videos that are related specifically to the thing that we're watching. On the bottom, we have suggestions for other categories of video like what we're watching at the time. Or suggestions from other sports that I know that UB Sports knows that I like.
Yes, I got it. Yeah, Greg, I will make a note on it, and I will come with a plan to implement it.
Great, thanks.
Okay. Then
Account settings.
account settings, I think they were working on it because it is having a little bit of issues. Then check my world.
Hey, John, that page that we just saw where it had, I'm interested in these sports, isn't that where we were talking about, especially right there, where we were thinking about putting in different roles in those sports?
Here right now we are using the user and admin roles. I think John was having a plan to implement a much more roles.
Yeah, exactly. So this would be the place where you'd want that. We also want to prompt the member the first few times they go into
Well, I
the
don't,
site to fill these
Greg,
things out.
I don't think it'll actually, like be shown on this page, the way we're doing it. What's gonna happen ultimately, Banu, is there's gonna be the account settings option. Basically will be changed to be called like, basic profile, which is your name, your state, your phone number, date of birth, etc.
Okay.
And then there's going to ultimately be a second option for your sports profile.
Okay, I got it.
So we're gonna kind of segregate those two things. The basic profile would take you to the very personal, more personal information. And then when you click sports profile, it will drop you into a different page or screen that will implement the roles and the sports as we've been discussing on our side for the last few weeks.
John, you know
Okay.
what I'm thinking about, and this is something that we discussed, is on this page to just at least start with a few sports that I'm interested in without getting into the user roles and everything. Leave that for the next pages, but at least start getting the thought that there are sports that somebody is interested in on this page. I think that's a smart thing. Then going into the roles more deeply at all into the next page when you get to the sports interests, and then start
We'll
with
have
the ones you've listed like this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to look at that in relation to like the flows that we've created.
Yeah.
Because that'll that'll make it a little more complex. In
I
other
would
words,
think
if
it
we
would give
capture
us a
sport,
jump start on the next page, on the sports page.
Okay.
yeah, but see, our relationships are going to be a little bit different. We're going to have to rebuild those relationships because you're going to be allowed to have a sport without a role.
Yeah, exactly. I think that at least that gives us, you know, a couple of things that we can do with that in outreach when the person doesn't fill out anything more than this right now. I can go back and start giving them sports headlines in their emails. And that at least gives us a couple of pulls back into the site. And when they come back in, you give them the information. Then you say you left off here saying you like this sport. Tell us more about what you do in it. But at least if we have a couple of these, just I'm interested in tennis. I'm interested in the drop down. You pick cricket, and you leave it like any more sports, and you leave it like
I
that.
think if we add a new sport from here, it will automatically appear there. Let me check.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that, Greg, but those diagrams that we've been working on for the flow, there's going to be new paths, which means that you're going to
Yes,
have
it will
different screens
automatically
because
come.
if you are, when you already have a sport selected, the screens that you show after that are going to have different questions because then you're going to ask for the role and the level. So your relationships totally change. So we have to, you're almost going to duplicate the diagrams that we've been working on to accommodate a different user journey. And it changes the database model that would have to be developed to support that profile.
Because we'd have to just say, is the sport, and we don't know what the rules are yet, right?
Yeah, so, you know, if you think of the diagrams that we've created for each of the roles, now you've got to create a diagram when a sport is selected. And then you're going to have to potentially have the roles and the levels related to the sport. So you have it, we have to totally like kind of, this isn't the exact way to describe it, but you're going to have to duplicate these diagrams for a totally different user journey, a different user path.
Yeah,
and it
but
will
leave a lot of those blue boxes without any tendrils coming off of them yet. Yeah, I definitely understand that, John. I just think that it's for the later flow purposes to have ideas of what a person likes. You know, because I think everybody, even a coach, is going to like, you know, I'm interested in certain sports. I mean, he's in sports. And
yeah, I mean, we can talk, we can talk further offline. I don't really want to
yeah,
bog down
plug
this
this up, right?
conversation with these
Understood.
guys, but
But I think they're right
yeah,
in
so
trying to get some interest in sports in this first page. I like that idea, actually. So,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, we'll take this offline, John, but let's just keep going.
Okay. Okay, Greg, then back to the groups. Here, it will display all the groups I have created along with the trending groups. So suppose I'm going to create a new group.
Is that groups you've created and groups that you've joined?
Here, my groups will be same.
Okay, good.
The groups I created along with the groups I'm a member of.
Good,
The
excellent.
trending groups will be something related to the sports I have selected from the my profile, along with the groups which is having a lot of activities.
Love it.
So clicking on the create group, you can create a group. So let me check with this one. I will create a group for Wonder Woman. Let it be in cricket.
Morning, Greg and John. I'm sorry I was late.
So I have created a group here. So initially all the contents will be empty. These tabs are actually automatically created while you are creating the groups. These are the predefined tabs.
Okay, I also need you to plan on the someplace in here. I would suggest probably toward the back end shop, because we'll be selling stuff in most of the sports. So to have a shop tab will be helpful.
Okay.
Greg, I'm not sure that you want the shop tab just within the group. I mean, it would seem that you would have a shop or store tab kind of on that top nav with My World, UB Sports Live, groups, that you'd always have a shop tab there.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it should be actually for the UB Sports group, something owned by Greg, not for everyone.
Well, I don't know. John, I would agree with you that I think that we need it on the top tab, because you might just come into UB Sports just to buy something. But and you get into a group and it's a sports specific group, that shop tab should lead directly to the stuff that we're selling for that sport, if we have any. If not, it goes to the general shopping site. But I think we do need it. Honestly, I think we might need it in both. Not in my portal, not like my. No, why not? Because that'll be up top. I don't know. We'll have to get back to you on that, but that's just consider the shop tab someplace where it makes the most sense.
Okay. Okay. Then I will start with the curated content. I will create a curated content first. This title, I actually, since we are using the same screen, this one came. Actually, it will be changed in the next demo. Let me change the photo. So this is the curated content. Then in the case of ambassador content, also same screens, the same concept we are using. Then if I go to the groups, you will be able to see all the contents, the curated content as well as the ambassador content. These sections, these are actually hard coded, and these sections will go off. In the case of albums, first we will have to create an album.
And that's for photos, right?
It is for photos. So first we will have to create an album. Then once the album is created, you can create or you can add photos. So you can add multiple photos.
Can you upload more than one photo at a time?
Right now, no. We can implement that. Also, I have requested a implementation change because this is actually a confusing UI. Because first you will have to give a title, then you will have to add a photo. It requires a more user input or a focus. So I have requested the design team to change it.
Yeah, because someone might just want to load all the photos from a game, for example, all at once, and just say, these are photos from the game that was last Saturday.
Yeah, I got it. Something like you click on this and you select everything, and everything should automatically upload.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I got it.
Okay,
I
good.
will. Let me check.
Benu, one of the
Then,
things I think I'd like to see is when you create a group or a blog or anything where you select a photo, you should be given a choice not only to upload a photo from your computer or phone, but you should also be allowed to select a photo that you've already uploaded into an album. So if I, for example, if I create an album and I upload 25 pictures to that album, whether it's one at a time or all at once, whatever. But then if I create a group or edit a group, I can make that photo be selected from a photo that I've already uploaded into an album.
yeah,
And on that front, John, that's a really good point. Another thing that would be, I think, helpful is if we can, if we're writing a blog, if we can select a photo from one of the albums we've already uploaded and move it on to that blog would be also really good.
John, Greg, I didn't get you.
If I am writing a blog, I would like to have the ability to take a photo from one of the albums I've already uploaded or the whole album and move it to the blog itself. You know, copy it and put it also in the blog.
Okay, blog, curated content, everything. Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, it would be any place that you can choose a photo to go with whatever you're doing. So if you're creating a group and that group has a photo, or if you're creating a blog and it has a photo, you know, if you're creating a post and you can add a photo, anywhere that you can add a photo should give you the choice between an upload or selecting from an existing photo album.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
great.
Yeah, yeah, Greg and John, let me work with the team on this, and I will get back. Okay, then comes the manage members. Here, actually, there is no member, so I'm inverting one. I think John is there. Yeah. This page we are working on. Okay, I think yes, we will have to integrate the email feature. along with the group links. Right now, you will be getting a plain email.
Yeah, there's the button there allows you to resend the invitation. There
Yeah,
should
it is.
also be a button for you to cancel the invitation
Earlier
in
invitation,
case for
right?
some reason in case I invite the wrong person because it's the same name but not the right person.
Okay.
Now you're also planning to give us a tool to invite somebody by email or text who isn't already a member, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is already there.
Great.
Right. This message is optional. And a description. Actually, it is shown as optional.
What system are you guys planning on using for email?
We are using the SendGrid credentials
Okay,
given
good.
by John.
Good.
I think system will send an email. I've added a CC for monitoring the emails. So let me check. Yes, here it is. Yes, the email template integration is actually pending. So this is actually working and it is sent from the SendGrid. Then manage groups. So Greg, actually, these are the features we have implemented and everything is shaping up. So, but Friday, I think we'll be completing the UB Sports Live and all. So the feed page will also will be picking the data from the feeds. Hello?
I'm looking, sorry, didn't mean to.
Okay.
Having a post there, that's really an interesting place to put a post. I don't know if that's something I want there on the front. Who would that go to? That would go to my friend, right?
Your friends will get a push notification, and this is actually something like you are tweeting. You are just putting a one-liner post.
What page
WhatsApp.
are we on here? This is the UB universe, right? Yeah, so that should just be
Yes.
going, that can't go to the whole universe because that's going to be millions of people.
Actually, it will go only to your connections.
Okay, good.
That's how we
Greg,
have
actually,
built.
my world.
It should be actually in my wall.
Yeah.
So something like that. This is something you are posting to your wall.
Right. So there should be a place there to send those posts to the other services, to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And that would be one of the things I think we need to, being that we're doing that, we need to ask the user for their information so we can connect their posts to the other services.
Okay. So these are the main updates we have implemented on the web server. Yeah, Greg, actually I'm done with my presentations. So I will move on to Milan to give you a brief demo on the mobile app updates also.
Okay, yeah, John went offline. Something happened to his internet,
Okay.
so he'll rejoin as soon as he comes back up.
Okay. So Greg, I want you to set up a GitHub account also, so that once everything is done, we can transfer the phase 1 code also to your side for backup.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now this is all the stuff that's on qa.ubsports.com, right?
Okay, yes. By tomorrow, I will clear the database so that you can start fresh. Right now, it is having all the test data. So we will remove all these things, and your team can actually kick in and start the testing.
Okay, what I would do is I would leave this stuff in the groups that you formed. And we'll form new groups as we go along, but it's nice to have one of them filled out so we can look at
Okay.
what you've done.
Okay. Yeah, Milan.
Yeah, yes.
Can people now join, by the way?
Yes, actually, people can sign up. Let me check. You can sign up.
Excellent.
Then you can also sign in. I think I have created an account for John.
Okay, and I'll do my own today.
Okay. Then I think for the admin, you're having two accounts. One I have created for myself for auditing, and one is for John. So I will create an admin account for you also. So this is from where you can control the app versions, the pagination and all the basic stuffs. Like you can create a new country, new sport and all.
Right.
Then I'm planning to implement the user activity or the user feed here also. Right now it will be empty or very minimal. So once this feature is implemented, the same thing what you see on your feed or my world will appear here also inside the admin itself, so that you can monitor what each users are performing.
Okay, this is very similar to what I'd like to see for the parents portal, so the parents can see this kind of activity for the kids.
Okay. So this one actually I just worked on a few days. After that, I moved on to the API side again. So I didn't get a time to complete the full feature. So once you create an album, the album name and all the photos will come inside itself.
Okay, great.
Hey, Banu, when I tried creating an account at some point, I don't know if it was on the QA server or if it was on the dev server or what, but the password requirement was uppercase, lowercase, number, and a special character. Can we change the requirement to be 3 of those 4 things?
Yes, John. Actually, it was already there, but right now, for testing purpose and speeding up the development, we have disabled that feature. We can configure it.
Okay.
That's cool,
Yeah,
John.
we just want it to be, we don't want it to be too complicated for people. It's not like they're really storing financial information or anything, so we don't necessarily need it to be that strict. So if we can do 3 of those 4 items, it should pass. The password should be accepted.
Okay. Okay. Then what me and Milan was planning is right now we are using plain URLs, something like you can see on the browser, something like the group/3. So whenever a user has the ability to manipulate something like you can see the first identity group. So we are planning to integrate a URL encryption over here. So for more security and more stability, we will be implementing the user encryption feature also here.
Okay.
So Milan, I am done with my level. So I'm stopping the screen and you can continue from your side.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll try to wrap up quickly. I have a couple of things to ask. First of all, one thing I need one clarification from John as well as Greg. How are you guys like creating the sports portal? So I see it's a normal group, but with a sport. But from the websites, I mean, the existing website, I didn't get a clear idea on how the sport portal was, a particular sport portal was created. Say a badminton group was created. What is the criteria that is needed to come under, I mean, make that group listed, I mean, under the sports portal? So, hello, are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, Milan, I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so my question was to Greg and John. My confusion was, how are you guys listing a group under the sports portal?
That's the sports portal in it is set up as actually one of the kinds of groups that you can set up, but only we as administrators can set up a sport portal. If we're starting, let's say we're starting League of Legends sport portal, only the top administrators, we, in our offices can set up sport portals, but any other group can be set up by regular members.
Okay. Yeah, so I was having that confusion because I see there's a place we can select a sport while creating the group, but that doesn't mean that it is a sports portal, right? So I was having that confusion. So we'll do one thing. We can have like some like admin kind of users. For them, while creating a group, we will show a particular option to make it as a sport portal in the website as well as the app. Will that work?
Yeah, but again, that can only be set up by the administrators, not the ambassadors, but we, the administrators, can set up a sport portal. Other people will have access to the group management portals, and they can set up leagues, teams, groups, and
Yeah. I
other
understood.
kinds
Yeah.
of groups. But only
Okay.
sports portals can be set up by administrators.
Okay. And one more thing, who decides who can be an administrator?
Well, right now, it'd be the people who are working for UB Sports. So it would be John, myself, and the other employees of UB Sports.
Okay.
If someone decides they want to start up a new group there or a new sport on UB Sports that we don't have yet, they would, there should be a way that that's obvious that they can ask for a new sport to be added. I don't know where that would be. John, any idea?
Yeah, I think, yeah, let's clarify that a little bit. When the system is launched, Greg and I should be set up as administrators. There should be some way that an existing administrator can make another member an administrator. So I could look up a member, like I could look up Banu and say, make him an administrator. But Greg and I should be set up as administrators, you know, manually right from the get-go.
Okay.
But
So
going forward, we need to have administrators be able to add and remove administrative permissions to another member. That's one thing. The other is the question about the sports portals. When Greg was talking about the sports portals, he's talking about the group for baseball, the group for basketball, the group for soccer,
Right.
the group for football. When another member creates a group like League of Legends, you may say that it's a baseball type group, but that doesn't make it the baseball group
Portal.
or the baseball portal.
Right.
So I want to make sure that that's clarified and that you guys understand that.
Yeah, yes, I got it. So what we'll do is we'll put an option in the admin panel to make users administrators, so that they will have particular access for some features extra in the app as well as website. Like while creating a group, they can turn it into a sports portal. Okay. So I didn't get that from the existing website, so now that's clarified. So
Right. And Greg, I want to just, we can take this offline too, but I think we need to be a little conservative with regards to who we make administrators. Like I know we've been working closely with Dania, Leslie, and Bill and Kelly, for example, but I'm not so sure that they would necessarily need or require administrative permissions.
I agree.
So we can talk about that later, so that we can come to some consensus, some agreement on how we handle those permissions.
Yep, definitely.
okay. So yeah. So Greg, we have used the logos that you have given us. So this is the icon which I have selected for being the app icon. And once again.
Yeah, I love that. That's really beautiful. It's UB Sports. There's no underscore in between the UB and the sports.
Yeah, that will be changed as well,
Right.
because it's just the project name. The display name will be UB Sports. Do you need the space between UB and Sports, or is it a single word?
No space. It's just UB Sports. U and B are capitalized, and the rest are lowercase.
Yeah, sure. S will be lowercase, right?
Right.
Oh, fine. So this is the so
Beautiful.
you saw that logo, right? That's the splash screen.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that logo has been used as a splash screen, and this is a feed right now. In the
So how are you showing the messages that I haven't seen yet? Are you marking them differently from the ones I've already read?
yeah, so this is similar to, you can't actually see the messages. I have implemented push notifications as well as badges for the push notification. So suppose I'm just telling the scenario because you can see it in the simulator. Suppose if a person messages me real time while I'm using the app, a badge will be popping up here in the first tab bar as well as the mail icon, right?
Yeah, good.
So so that's the way. If you are using the app, that's the way you will be, and local notification will be shown. Like you receive notifications right in the phone, so that will be also shown. But a badge will be shown in the bottom bar as well as the mail icon, so that you will know there is a new something is going on, or somebody has messaged or invited you. So if the app is not open, suppose if the app is closed, like this, like this, you will get a notification, like a usual notification, push notification. While clicking that, it will open the app and take you right into the messages screen. Okay, you don't need to manually go into the messages screen. So you can't see, I can't demo it in the simulator because push notifications are not supported in the simulator, so you can't see that in the simulator. But that's how it will work. I'll try to send a video from the Android device on how the badges and the push are working right now. Okay.
So the invites will be both groups and events, right?
Yeah. So the invites will be like
There you
this.
go. Good.
It
Perfect.
can be group invites. It can be friend request. It can be join group request. Suppose if I have a group,
Excellent.
yeah, and people have requested to join, then yeah, this is the filter. These are the filters, and we can see all depending on the takeaways. So,
All right. Also, the event invite should be in there too, obviously.
okay, cool. That can be.
Yeah,
So,
the other inbox filter we needed was for parental notifications.
Oh, right. Yes.
okay, so Binu, can you make a note of these things? Just
Yeah, Milan, I'm making a note on it.
yeah, so we can take it up later. Okay. And we also had a filter for messages in order to filter the marketing messages as well as parental messages. But for time being, we don't have that in our system, and we have disabled it. So there will be a filter like this in the messages section also in order to filter the messages. Okay. So this is the main logo that we have used, the red and blue one. If you want to change it to blue and red, that can be done. So that's the latest thing. And this is the infinite feed with pagination and all those stuff. And if you are double clicking it, it will go back to the top like that. And these are the groups. This is the UB universe groups. We have implemented new shimmers, like you can see that, right, for all the relevant pages. Stuffs are working well right now. Can be an admin, VIP, all those stuff. Most of the tasks for the phase one are completed, and we have posts also in the app. In appropriate places, we have like posts and all. Right. So all those steps are there. And this is a group which I created. So I'll be getting settings access as well as rate access. Depending on the permissions, we are enabling and disabling stuff. So yeah. So I don't have anything much more to demo from the app side because all the functionalities, most of the functionalities I think have been demoed. The only part which I guess is pending is related to the sports portal because I didn't get an idea on how to list the group under the sports portal. Now it's clear. We'll make that list. So that's fine. And yeah, so that's it with the app part. So I just wanted to show you the logos as well as the new shimmer effects. stores, all those stuff. Okay.
That's great, Milan. Thank you.
Okay, fine. That's it from me about the UB Sports app. The other thing I have to show you is the Athletic app wireframe, because last time when we were demoing, Greg actually requested some changes, so we had implemented those changes, and yeah. So I'll just so my screen is visible, right? So yeah, these are the basic stuff. We have added a forgot password page also, and in the my schedules, as requested, we have added an option for edit and delete events and schedules which we created. And in while creating a schedule, Greg specifically asked for an option to select the area inside training group. So there's an option for selecting an area uh, under a specific training group, and we have also given an option for managing the areas inside a training group. So this is the update for the schedule page. So we have an option here to select the area and select the individual or theme like that.
Okay, what I would suggest is if there's only one area, the guy might just have, or the trainer might just have one, one room, and they don't want to get very specific. If there's only one area that they have told us about, can we leave that box out? Like, so it just doesn't propagate there?
Yeah, that can be done. That can be
Okay.
done.
Well, I would think it would be easier to leave it there, but pre-populate it, pre-select it with the one item.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Please.
That also gives
That way
people
the page
context
layout
on what they want.
stays the same.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, John, because it also will give the trainer that concept that they can have more than one area. So that's just fine.
Okay. Yeah. I have ordered that. Okay. And this is a place for selecting individuals or teams. So this is a page for that. We didn't show that page last time. So that's the place. And regarding the training groups, Greg asked a way to search or sort training groups created by the trainer. So we had added a search functionality as well as the sort functionality. The sort will be having alphabetical sort and latest activity sort as suggested by Greg. And this is a place to create a training group, and all the functions for editing, manage, and deleting will be available here. Okay. And the create group functionality will be somewhat similar to the main UB Sports application, but the thing is, everything will be private in the main UB Sports app. The group will be having a private access. I had mentioned all these things in the previous meeting. The group will be having a private access. Only the users can be invited by the trainer. Okay, so this is the basic view for that particular training group that has been created by the trainer in this application. We have members area as well as invite button here. And this is the place where we manage areas inside a training group, as well as this is the area where we manage teams. We can create teams in the training group. So this is the place where we manage the teams. Okay, so managing teams will be having a similar screen like this. We have edit option as well as delete option and the search and sort features. So while creating a team, this will be the creation page. I guess I'm not sure whether we need a profile or a cover image for the team, but it has been given to us. So we can create a team, add members, and create a team from this screen. And these screens are these wireframes are similar to what we have seen before.
Okay, I see you have a search member. Are you also going to have a search group and search team so that if the team is already signed up on UB Sports, it would be easier if we could just find the team or find the group and import them into my practice.
Yeah, right now the trainer is the guy. I mean, the person who is deciding who all are a team. Suppose if I am like creating a group for my personal space or an academy or a high school, I'm the person. I mean, as a trainer, I'll be deciding who all are coming under this team or a baseball team or a rugby team, like that. So that's the way we have decided it right now. But I guess we can also include a way to like but I don't know how a team of people are being represented in the main UB universe, because all are individuals, I guess, and or group members. So I'm not sure how that will work. I think we might need to have a better discussion on that, how a particular team is being signed up in the UB universe, because everyone has to sign up individually, I guess, right?
Right. I would think that if the group is already, if the team is already on UB Sports, it would be the coach or the team manager or the group manager to make sure that all their people are signed into UB Sports and members of that team. Then by searching the group, you should be able to, and you find the group or the team, it should have all the members in there, but you still want to be able to search individual members like you have it there, because you might just want, John Smith to go to the training room today, as opposed
Yeah.
to the whole team.
The
So yeah,
idea
right there.
So the idea is, while creating a group, training group, the trainer can invite anyone in the system to be a part of a member of this training group. And suppose I have like 100 members inside my training group, this training group, particular training group, I can create teams from that 100 members. That's the who all are there in the group. I can create teams with those guys inside this training group. That's the concept that we have been using right now. This can differ from a training group to another. Suppose I am creating another training group called training group 2. The entire member list will be different. And the entire teams which have been created inside that training group 2 will be from that member list of that group. So that's how it has been set up right now. Okay. Yeah. So all these things has been shown previously. This is the area for managing the events inside the training groups. So a trainer can create events inside a particular training group, and all those things will be listed in his homepage as well as while inviting all those steps will be reflected in the UB Sports main app for the users. Okay, and this is a place. These all are the similar steps from the UB Sports app for creating the videos, playlist, all those stuff. And the messages screens, we had shown this for marking read as well as deleting the messages. We have used swipe actions, but I guess we will be having to show an info somewhere that this will support swipe. Otherwise, we will have to change it back to like normal more button. So right now we have decided it like this. It seems nice in the UI. So it can be changed, but this is how it's being set up right now. And all those screens are same. And this is the notification tab where all the users' notification will be listed. So user in the self, I mean in the as a trainer, his notifications will be listed under here. And the next one is a profile tab. The basic profile information will be shown in the profile tab. and only the basic data can be updated in this app. The other entire set of data or things can be updated from the UB Sports app, because we are trying to avoid redundancy in between both apps. So anything that has been not provided in the UB Sports app will be only reflected in the Athletic Trainer app, but these things are like mandatory stuff. So we have just included those things in the Athletic app as well. So these are the changes that we actually asked. Greg actually asked. So we had actually incorporated those changes in the wireframe. So we'll share a link for this wireframe with you guys, so that you guys can take a closer look and give your opinion or comments on how things are.
So one question I have is, if I'm moving among these different screens, how does your system know to go from one screen to another? Is there a submit button or a go or a join, or how are you getting around? Are you swiping, or what's the story?
I didn't get that question.
How are you moving? If you filled in your create team button or page, at the bottom there's a create team button, and then if you're on, just take you to
These are just the wireframe. This is just being. This is actually Figma, and the screens are just listed in the flow. I will share a link for the prototype, so you will see something like this. Okay, so this is how you can actually know. So you can see, right?
yeah.
So you can just click on things, and it shows how it will go, or it will navigate. So you will get a better idea of how the screens are linked. So I'll share a link for the prototype as well as the Figma. If you want to see individual screens like this, you can use the Figma link. So you can see the individual screens like this. Or if you want the flow or feel like an app, you can use the prototype link. So you can see it like this inside a mobile screen.
Okay.
Then you can click on things, and it will take you to the screens. So
Very cool. Excellent.
yeah. So yeah, that's it from me for today. I think we had incorporated the points that you mentioned in our previous call in the wireframes. Okay, so anything else? I think I had got my clarifications as well as the logo part, demo, and the ATM wireframe demo. That's it from me, guys.
Yeah, I like what you did with the logos, the way that circular one pops up and stuff. That's really nice. Good idea.
Yeah, I actually wanted you, to know whether you had any specifications like this one, should be used as a app icon, or this one should used as a splash screen thing, or so that's what my concern was. That's why I actually showed you. And we had multiple color combinations also, right? So I used the UB with the red one. We have a UB with the blue one also. So I'm not sure which one to use. So if you have any other preferences, you can just let us know.
I think it was, John, I think that was exactly the idea we were thinking about with these different logos, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there's some peripheral things such as, you know, letterhead, envelopes, business cards, you know, that go beyond the website and the apps.
Yeah, got it.
I like having that big UV in the icon for the app. That's really cool.
Yeah, glad to hear that. So, if you want it to change or any change if needed, you can just let us know. We'll update it accordingly.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, really looking good.
Okay. So, yeah, that's it from me. Do you have anything, any other questions or any other stuff needed from us?
Oh, John, are there any big other issues we have to cover today?
No, I was hoping to kind of provide the preliminary work on the sports profiles, but I guess, Greg, you and I need to really reconnect and discuss what we want to do with having a sport listed in their profile without having gone through the entire flow that we've decided. So I don't want to get in that with these guys
Okay, no problem.
because it would change.
Yeah, I think that the only thing I'm thinking, John, is that just to be notified of what sport comes to mind when someone says their favorite sport is. So well, yeah, John, we'll take that offline and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, Greg, this is Ajish. Just wanted to, I heard from Javed that you wanted to show the app to maybe potential investors in the coming days. So just let me know your schedule or plans, and then we'll show them whatever that use case that can be demoed to them. And John will be using the QA URL. So if you find something that needs attention, just let us know, and we'll get them ready by the time your demo.
Yep.
Okay, when do you want us to start marking it up for the actual words you're using and spelling and that kind of stuff? Is that, are we too
Copy? Yeah. I think you can start sending it right away because better if you can look at those wireframes and write down the copy and send it over to us. We can save time on editing those
later on
the copy, right? So whatever needs to be changed right away, you can let us know, and we'll take them up. And if they are a dependence for the demo, do mention that as well.
Okay, excellent. I will. All right. We can do those notes on Figma, right? As we're going through, and we can like add,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you have added notes on Figma, just let Binu or Milind know about it, so that they can just go and refer to those comments and make the updates accordingly.
Yeah, Greg.
So whenever you make changes to Figma, just let us know.
I think
when you add your comments.
If I'm not mistaken, Figma is kind of like the life cycle for the Figma screens is kind of done. You guys have started development and have gone beyond that. So
that's right.
Greg, I think it would be best if you actually use the QA site.
Yeah.
To review the copy. Because that's going to be far more developed than the Figma screens.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, the QA URL is what you see there is what you're gonna deploy in production. after edits or changes. So QA will be the latest and greatest at all times.
Okay, great. And as far as the app goes, we're still on the Figma tool.
Yeah. So Greg, I will provide a link for the iOS one. Or do you want the iOS one or the Android one? Or maybe I can provide a link for both.
All right, yeah. I'll work on that too, see what we can do about that on our side.
Yeah, but if I need to provide an iOS link, then you might need to send us the UDID for the devices you are planning to install.
Okay. We'll do that. I'll do that as soon as I can get that over to you.
Yeah. As soon as I get it, I'll send a build for you guys to test.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
What device ID do you need? The IMEI number?
No, there is a unique UDID for every iPhones. So how to get it? I had just briefed Greg in the last meeting, or you can just use Google to see how to find the UDID. Basically, if you connect your device to your system and go to the Finder, you will see your device in the left pane, right? So once you click the device, you will see the basic information about your device, and there's a place where I guess it's called serial number. You can actually tap on that and it will show you the UDID. So wait 1 second. Let me see whether I can show you. Just hold on.
Yeah. So how we deploy the app on iPhones is using another app called Test Flight, which is owned by Apple itself. So to select the device specifically for deploying the app, that's what they use this UBID for. It's a long phrase or word. And so the deployment will happen only to those devices with the particular UBID. Unlike Android, where you can install an APK if you set the phone to developer mode.
Okay, I am not seeing that on my system, that UBID number.
Yeah, Milind, yeah, I think it would be great to send him like a step-by-step instruction on how to get that number. And
Yeah,
we can send it.
there are easier ways also. I think there is a site called Get UDID, from which you can directly hit and get the UDID. But let me just show you a demo right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
please.
don't we just send that URL to Greg?
Yeah, 1 second. So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So I have connected my iPad to my system, and it's listed in the left pane in the Finder. So if you just open any window, you can see your device, right? And just you can click on this your device name, and it actually gives you the UDID as well as the serial number. So you can
UDID.
just, yeah. So you can just copy this thing, copy UDID. You can just copy this UDID and send us for the devices that you need, so that we can update that in our Apple account and send you guys a bill. So this is simplest way. Otherwise, there's a site called Get UDID or something, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a site called getudid.io. So if you just go to this app, site from your mobile, or if you just scan your device this QR code, you will get the UDI also. So this is a pretty easy way, or you guys can just use the system. So I'll just 1 second. I'll just send the link also.
Yeah, Milan, just send the link, and I think that should be enough for Greg to figure it out.
Yeah. So I have shared URL also in the chat. So that's the easy way. Okay.
All right then. If there's nothing else, we can find it for the week.
All right, we'll dig this out, figure this out.
So are we good to wind up this session, or is there anything else?
I don't have anything else at this point, no.
No, that's all great. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
nice rest of the week. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you, Fred. John. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Good day, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.